Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Wednesday, August 17th, 2022. Hey, guess what? I got a brand new microphone right here. How does it sound to you? I know yesterday was just dog shit. But anyway, I hope this is better for you. Let me know. I will play with it if it's not good. All right, people, look. Let's sit back again and take in what is happening. So we just found out some very interesting news here. Let's talk about world news, okay? And I want to hear from you. Is this a shock, what I'm about to tell you? Okay, here it is. So this morning we find out it's being reported everywhere. Global inflation continues to surge. I don't think that's surprising to you, no. But let me ask you this while we're on the topic. We're friends, you and I, right? When do you think, or do you think this will never happen, that people are going to start to point their fingers at public enemy number freaking one? I'm talking about central banks around the world, not just the Federal Reserve, who I've been explaining is public enemy number one, like for over a decade. All right, that's a fact. We know that. And the reason why the Federal Reserve is actually the worst is because the U.S. dollar remains the world reserve currency. And what the Fed is doing here, and it gets literally no coverage, but this is a fact what I'm about to tell you. Not only is the Federal Reserve involved in a scheme colluding with our so-called leaders here to continue to borrow cash from the future in epic sums, things like the Inflation Reduction Act and everything else they want to throw at you, and this crisis and that crisis and another crisis and expanding wars, just to continue to feed the system. But the Federal Reserve is taking dollars and funneling dollars to central banks around the world who are buying assets with dollars. They are effectively dollarizing the world. And at the same time, this is a huge secret that no one's supposed to know about. But the fact of the matter is, there is so much going on here with regard to the Federal Reserve and what they're actually doing with no oversight at all. The Federal Reserve can do anything it wants at any moment with zero oversight. This is why they can get away with everything. But again, consider what I'm telling you. If the Federal Reserve is taking dollars and funneling them to central banks around the world that are buying assets with the dollars, okay, how is that not inflationary? Of course it is. When you expand the money supply, I don't give a shit what it says on the Federal Reserve's website about anything. That's really the truth. Even with regard to the money velocity, which I showed you yesterday, we're at historic lows, but meanwhile, our economy is booming according to our lovely, should I say the word? No, I won't. Our very nice president. Oh, he's so nice. The liar and thief. Okay, maybe that's what we should say, because the guy, I'm talking about Bidenstein here, the mummy man himself, cannot stop lying. Now, we understand world leaders around the world are all fed a script, along with the public broadcasting, mainstream media, propaganda ministry. They're told what to say to keep people in some kind of a state of, mind twisted upside down, not knowing what's really happening. Okay, and that's why it gets so freaking aggravated from time to time. But the mechanism here, again, global inflation surging out of control. There's no end in sight here. I don't give a shit about Inflation Reduction Acts and whatever else is going to happen. All this is going to do is make inflation worse. It's designed to do that. You understand? It's designed to do that. Rents skyrocketing out of control. People can't make ends meet. Personal debt, household debt, consumer debt out of control. And it's not going to stop. This mechanism here is in place for a reason. You know that. It's here to wipe out and destroy an entire class of people, to go back to a two-tier society. That's where we're going, a new feudal system. I've been telling you this since like day one, over a decade ago. And look, it's in our face. It's happening. All right. But according to our president yesterday, our economy is firing on all cylinders. Our economy is strong. We're doing great. And we also have zero inflation. He didn't say that yesterday, but he did say that recently. I posted a link to it, a video and everything. Zero. All right. So before we touch on the market here, global inflation continues to rise. Imagine my shock. Now, we get this retail sales numbers today, and the market's not liking this. The U.S. economy is 70% dependent on retail sales. Well, retail sales came in unexpectedly flat because the rocket scientists, economists, they really thought we were going to get a gain here. Again, they're drinking the Kool-Aid, people. Everyone's rich. How about no? But the rich are doing fantastic. Luxury sales, great. But everybody else is getting crushed, strangled to death. All right, let us move forward here. So Target, where the average guy and girl actually goes, their profit plunged. Sit down for this one by 90%. 90%. That's not good here for retail sales. All right, whatever. Now, this is something else I want you to pay attention to. What are they trying to fist feed us? Recently, we heard, I may be a little bit off on this number, but food inflation was somewhere around 9.5%. How many of you even believe that? This is what they're trying to do. So it's the same story. Oh, this is what's going on. Forget about what you're doing or what you're actually paying for this stuff. No, it doesn't matter. This is what the real number is, and they want you to believe that food inflation is like 9% or so. But Walmart, grocery prices between July of 2019 and this just past July increased by 21.5%. I don't even think that number is real, okay? I think it's way higher than that. I shop just like you do. So let me know what you think. Does that number even sound real? Look, it's all propaganda, it's all lies, and it's these tales are going to get even taller. I can promise you that. Along with other mechanisms to pull cash out of the future here. Another crisis is coming, a bigger one here. Count on it. Who knows what they're going to throw at us next, but it's going to be pretty big. I can promise you that. Now let's look over at the market here. This retail sales number coming in flat here, and everyone knows this is just bullshit too. The market's not liking it. So stock futures are lower, at least at the time I'm doing this video blog. The 10-year yield is creeping higher. It's been stuck in a range here. Look, the 10-year yield is the benchmark. You all know that. The market is looking at that. Market participants, just like you and I are, okay? And I've explained this for weeks. The stock market does not like it here. The stock market wants to see that 10-year yield lower, much, much lower. And I think we're going to get there. It's just a matter of time. So I believe we're going to see a lot more effort by the Federal Reserve to continue to buy debt here. Okay, off balance sheet, you can't see it, along with the cash they're funneling around the world to central banks, all off balance sheet. You're allowed to see one, that's the public balance sheet. You think that's real? How about no? Okay, but again, they put this stuff in your face to try to appease you. Fact of the matter is, the Fed's buying more than you can possibly imagine, along with the European Central Bank, who's at least admitted. You see, look, let's give credit where credit's due. At least the European Central Bank has admitted they're embarking or have embarked on an unlimited bond buying spree across the entire Eurozone. So at least we got to give them credit. But the Federal Reserve, no, they got zipped mouths here as they go out of their way to destroy everyone. They're destroying people via inflation. They're inflating by design here. The goal of central banks is one thing, people, and only one, but you're not supposed to know this. No one's going to tell you this, to inflate, to buy assets with their product that they magically make out of thin air. They just create it and they can do anything they want with it. So back to the market here. Futures lower. 10-year yield 2.86 last time I looked. Market doesn't like it. The market wants to see that lower. Dollar right now isn't doing too much. Gold and silver under a little pressure. Cryptocurrencies under some pressure. Crude oil flat. I don't think that's going to last, people. Maybe up through the midterms here. Okay, the midterm elections, this phenomenon that we see every single time we have a midterm, they suppress the price of crude oil. Imagine they have that kind of power, but right after the midterms, you watch what's going to happen to crude oil, energy. It's going to take off. I sincerely believe what I'm about to tell you. I know a lot of you aren't going to believe it, but I'm going to tell you, the stock market is going higher. Higher. Much higher, okay? We had this normal corrective phase. Everyone was freaking out about it. I completely lost my mojo. I had to get out of this market myself. I just couldn't handle it. Became too stressful for me. Was the best move I made. Got my mojo back. I'm back in this market bigger than I ever have been. Continuing to bet against the debt, become my own central bank. I have yet to buy cryptos yet. Next week, again, I've been pushing this off here. If I see Bitcoin hovering where it is above 21, I'm going to start dabbling in here, people. I will let you know. If you subscribe to my free newsletter, you'll be the first to know. Link in the description of this video. It's 100% free, so if you're not subscribed to my free newsletter, you're missing out on a lot. All right, people, look, we know what to look for. We know what's going on here, and I want to hear from you. What do you think? First of all, what do you think about this microphone? Is it working? Hello? Testing 1, 2. Does it work? Does it sound good, bad, indifferent? Let me know. That's number one. Number two, what do you think about this shit that's going on? Is this what you expected? Do you realize what's going on? I think you do, if you follow this blog or you've been with me for literally any length of time. All right, that's it, people. This guy here loves you a lot, and I mean that. Share the video. Please comment, and I will see you at the end of the day.